Here we are at the northwest corner of the structure. There has been onto the patio, and there's been some discussion with an engineer about the lintels and some questions about their thickness. And your local jurisdiction having authority, the code inspector, if that's not thick enough, he should have been made aware of that and get an opinion by him. Another way to get an opinion, and I think 2 opinions are better than none, would be to have the engineer on record. So the builder has an engineer that he's working with and stamping stuff. Basically, that's the only thing that keeps the builder honest, is the engineer on record. And so you might have the engineer on record make a comment about the lintels. Another engineer had looked at this and had some suspicions. So, engineers know more than I do. So I think it wouldn't hurt us to get some answers. Also, on this side, and I say this side, we're on the west side, but this is the east side of the patio, but the west side of the structure is these weep holes. I remember seeing an engineer's report saying that these weep holes needed to be opened up and cleaned out so that they would work better. They work like they're supposed to. That they would have a chance of working. That they might work for you. They haven't been cleaned. Okay, this fireplace I haven't operated. I don't have a key. It doesn't have a key. I'll go get a key out of my truck. But by the way, this hole, depending on the manufacturer, that hole should have been sealed. And it'd be nice if you had some kind of, you shouldn't be closer than 35 inches to the fireplace. So it would have been nice if there was some kind of a cutout or a variance in the pattern to warn people about that. I never see that. And then these are some of the typical cracks. I've got one about your front portico. Do they peter out as they get to the outside perimeter? That's a good thing. Okay. Are they no wider than the edge of a credit card? No, they're not. Are they in plane? Yes, they are. So while this is nothing anybody strives for, it's nothing anybody wants, I get that. But this is normal for a concrete product. And if your neighbors have fewer cracks, well then, you're not going to get crack envy. They're not going to say, I wish I had typical cracks like you. And there's been some, ongoing discussion about these. And I wasn't here for the pre-pour before they placed the concrete. But there is some discussion that with vapor barriers, that you get, while vapor barriers are a good thing and we want them, but you get a byproduct of that is you get more incidental small cracks. And that's discussion. They didn't come from anybody who knows what they're talking about. I'm a home inspector. I should stay in my lane. Okay, waterworks, rain gutters above grade, they do not vote water far enough away. That's your flue. This piping up here, that's your secondary drain lines for your air conditioning system, for your evaporator coils. And if water's coming out of that, you've got a problem. And so you call the technician, because those are your backups. That's not your main drains. We got a whole video about these. This is called a control joint. Some people call them expansion joints, call them what you will, but you're not going to have this much wall in North Texas and not have some movement. So we've added control joints. Brick is porous. Brick is porous. It's a great building material. This house can burn down, you can reuse the brick. It's a great building material. It's a great insulator. But it's porous. Water goes right through it. So we don't want our lawn sprinkler systems hitting it. That's why we have weep holes. That weep hole's about closed up. That weep hole's about closed up. That weep hole's about closed up. Most of the time, the only thing that's going to come out of there is vapor. So they probably will, in most cases, operate the way they should. But if you have an event, I hope you don't. I've seen a few. And should you have an event, water will pour out of those. But not if they're all clogged up. Not if they're all clogged up. You can have exposed, this probably isn't supposed to be, you can have exposed drip lines for your sprinkler system. Alright, but they're supposed to be stapled every 12 inches to the ground to keep people from tripping on them. Keep that from happening. And by them being, you know, terrestrial instead of subterranean, they will experience more evaporation. Bushes next to your house, that's conducive to wood destroying insects. We've got a whole video about this coming on along. And our lentils and our weep holes again. Speaking of weep holes, we don't have any weep holes inside of here. We're supposed to have weep holes because the door disrupts the drainage plane. And all the rest of our fenestrations, which is French for hole in your wall, but okay, but all the other fenestrations have weep holes. We do not have a weep hole over the front entrance. We should have that. Moving on along, we've got high soil over here on the east side of the front portico. Tree, as sick as it is, the tree should not be placed closer than 25 feet to the structure. Right now it's ornamental. I get it. It's a little kitten. That little kitten's going to grow up to be a big old nasty tomcat. Okay, the roots are going to suck the water out from underneath the foundation that you're trying to maintain. The branches are going to rub your shingles and your roof and stuff. You know, it's going to become a nuisance. And I get it. Everybody likes their trees. Moving on along, we got a little more high soil over here by this window. What is that? Looks to me like we have not installed our Christmas light receptacle. Okay. Christmas light receptacle not installed on this soffit between the large garage windows above them. Get some standing ridge metal right there. That's nice. Moving on along, I can find something. Just give me a moment. There we go. Our rain gutter butt ends are supposed to be about an inch away from the wall. They're not supposed to be butted up next to the wall. And then the kick-out flashing, you got some up there, but no, it shouldn't be. It should be down here to divert the water into the rain gutter and then down. As it is, water is going to come down the wall right here. Okay, and brick is porous, so the water is going to keep running into your wall. Now we've got vapor barriers behind the masonry, behind the brick, behind the, direct the water down. I get that. Because we know our building, architecture is regional. So we expect, to deal with things like that. But not so much. Not so much. We're trying to prevent water from going through the brick. We're trying to do what we can. That's why we have soffits. Nice wooden doors all the way around. This rain gutter beat up right here. The rain gutter, does not. The drip edge flashing from the side of the roof does not lap over the back of the rain gutter. I've got a whole video about that one too. We're missing some more Christmas lights. The receptacles. That's either going to be for Christmas lights or it's going to be for security lights. So that might be for security now that I'm looking at it. As I fumble through life. This is the drain for your clothes. This is the drain for your clothes washer. Rain gutter's too close. Kick out flashing should be in front of the rain gutter, not way up there. More high soil. Our kitchenette is incomplete. You do not have, and then these holes should be sealed, and we do not have a countertop electric receptacle outlet. This landing pad is wider than 12 inches. We should have a receptacle over here. This landing pad is over 12 inches. We should have a receptacle over here. So you can cook, you know, you can do your electric wok, you can do your toaster, whatever it is that you want to do out here. Also, please make note, it looks to me like we're going to be grilling out here. Check with the manufacturer's installation instructions. We're under an enclosed patio. They may have different ideas about location. This is an electric receptacle outlet, but if you're plugging in something over here, like a margarita machine or a blender or something, and you're trying to entertain people at the pool and people coming in and out the door, but you know, no, they're supposed to be countertop receptacles. And you want to check with the manufacturer whether you can barbecue underneath a closed roof like this. Did we posts come out the other side? Yeah, they do. Okay.